Hello and welcome everybody, it's UltraSparx here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Sony Xperia Z3 Compact. Brand new mobile phone, came out last month, September 2014. First things first, this is the box. Pretty simple box, white, picture of the phone on the front. On the back, some pictures of the other colours of the phone, ignore this is from my operator. And here some information on the phone, which we are going to be going into. Inside the box you get the phone itself, you get the charger, which is also the USB cable as is standard with most smartphones now, and you get some headphones with some adapter ear in piece thingies. Phone itself, which is what everyone's really interested in, here it is. First impressions, it's a very nice phone. It's very light, it's a nice size in your hand. As you can see, it fits on the palm of my hand, just like that. I don't have particularly big hands. I have sort of average sized hands, I should think. It's thin. It's really nice and thin, but it's not too thin. I have found with some phones that they are so thin that you are really too scared to drop them. This, it's thick enough to be, you're confident with it in your hand. One thing I have found is that the front and back being plated in glass, it is very slippery when it's on a surface. I have it on my desk sometimes, and my desk isn't always level, and sometimes it will slip and then slide off the desk. So you do have to be careful with that sometimes. It's fairly alright for finger marks. It does get marked a bit, but you can sort of just wipe it off. On the front of the phone itself we have the screen, and what I really like is that you cannot see the difference between the screen and the bezel itself when it's off. Sony logo at the top with a loudspeaker, 2.2 megapixel front facing camera that can shoot in 1080p at 30 frames per second. Another speaker down at the bottom here, so when you're holding it like this and you're watching a video, you do have stereo sound, which is very nice actually. On the right hand side here we have the power and lock button, we have the volume rocker and a dedicated camera button. Again, a very nice touch from Sony. I do think that is really quite useful. On the left hand side we have the special Sony docking port slash charging port if you get the charging adapter for that, or to use it on a Sony dock. Up at the top here, open this flap up and we have our micro USB port here and our SD card, micro SD card slot, which will take a micro SD card up to 128 gigabytes. And down here on the bottom, if we open this up, we have our SIM card slot. I'll try and get it so that you can see that, and a little pull-out thingy with all the information, legal information and that on it. These close down, which make sure that the phone stays waterproof and dustproof. It's certified up to a depth of 1 meter and for a prolonged immersion of 30 minutes, which is very nice. It means if you drop it in water, then it's going to be alright, and it means you can take some underwater photos with it. On the top here, I do believe that this is a microphone, 3.5mm headphone jack, and on the bottom here another microphone with a thingy for attaching wrist strap. Okay, so that is the tour of the phone done. Oh, up here we have a proximity sensor and a notification LED as well, which you might see is flashing blue because I just got a Facebook notification, and it flashes yellow for Snapchat and things like that. So not only can you see when you've got a notification, you can also see pretty much what type of notification that is. Double tap to wake up. Now, I don't think that is native. You have to activate that in a menu, and you're presented with your lock screen. I'm going to try and hold it so you don't get too much glare from the camera. This is going to be hard because I've got a light above here, so I don't want too much glare. Lock screen, it's standard. It runs Android 4.4.4 KitKat, very nice version of Android. So if I unlock this here, we are presented with the home screen, which is very, very nice and smooth. I've got a custom wallpaper background here. I've been using this phone for a few weeks now. I have to say I am very happy with it. 2 fingers down from the top will open up your quick settings as is standard on Android, and if we have a look into the settings we can go and see everything that is good about this phone? So at the top we obviously have Wi-Fi and all your connectivity, as well as data usage. Now this is very good. It means you can cap your mobile data limit so that you won't go over whatever's on your contract, and you can have a warning a bit before. So I have a 500 megabyte limit on my contract, so I've set the limit here at 475 megabytes because it does say the carrier's data usage accounting may differ, and so to be a little bit optimistic. And I've got 400 megabyte warning, so when I get to 400 megabytes of mobile data, it tells me, so I know that I need to stop using my mobile data as much. Then we've got stuff like personalization, which you can imagine what that is. Display. Something that's very nice in display is glove mode. It means that you can use your phone with gloves on. Now, I did have some gloves around here. I think I might have some gloves. But either way, it does work. It works a treat. I can always try. I've got a piece of. What's this? This is a piece of fabric off a bag. It works. If I take glove mode off, it doesn't work. So you can see that glove mode does work. It is very nice. Brightness, your white balance, screen rotation, and all that. It's all pretty standard stuff. Storage, you can see how much storage you have. I'm sorry. How much storage you have, what's taking up all your storage space, and stuff like that. So if you run out of memory, you can see where all your memory's gone. I can see that almost all of mine is almost apps. If you come down, you can manage your apps, location, security, setup guide. You can sync it with all sorts of different apps, accounts, and it's generally really well done. As for benchmarks, I've got Antutu here. Now this what is really good about this phone is that even though it's a smaller form factor than its big brother, the Z3, it has all the same specs inside, and you can see that it rates 43,067 on Antutu, which sticks it up within. There was a ranking. It put it second, just behind the HTC One M8T, above the Xiaomi Mi 3W, and above the S5 and above the Note 3. It ranked really well. That's pretty much it. I've gone pretty much around everything. All in all, I think it's a very nice phone. It's going to cost you, brand new, without a contract, it's going to cost you about £500. In dollars, that's about $700, I do believe. Don't quote me on that. It will come down in price very soon. It has just come out, but I think that for its specifications, which aren't that far off an iPhone 6, really, it looks good. It feels good. It's good, solid. It has 4 corners here which are shockproof. I wouldn't be afraid to drop this. I wouldn't worry for my life if I dropped this. It may get scratched a little bit on the back, possibly. You can always put it in a case. But all in all, I think that it's a phone that's very worth the money. It's up to date. The camera on the back, 20.7 megapixels. That is amazing. It will shoot 4K video. Actually, let's just take a look at the camera itself, at the camera app. So pressing and holding down on the dedicated camera button, you are shown, with here the camera app, and you have all sorts of camera apps. I'm trying to hold this so that superior auto, manual, sound, photo, face in, multi-camera, 4K video, but it does get very hot when playing 4K video. It's got loads and loads of stuff, and it's just really fun to play with and mess around with. It's fast, it's responsive, it's got all the apps available, because it's on Android 4.4.4 KitKat. So yeah, if you're looking at getting a new phone, you don't particularly want a massive, almost tablet-sized phone. You want a small form factor. It's got a 4.6-inch screen, and Sony really have maximised the amount of screen space compared to the body size. The screen itself goes from here to here, so it really is only half an inch at the top and at the bottom, so it really is maximising the screen size for the size of the device, and I think that's really nice. I've never liked big phones, and if you want a small phone but you don't want to compromise on the hardware, then that's it. This is the phone for you. Okay, so let's quickly run through its key features. Because it is the compact version, it is small and lightweight. It's only 12 centimeters tall, 6.4 centimeters wide, 8.6 millimeters thick, and it weighs only 129 grams. It's IP68 certified, which means it's dustproof and water resistant over 1 meter and 30 minutes. The screen itself is an IPS LCD capacitive touchscreen with 16 million colours, a pixel density of 319 pixels per inch, and a resolution of 720 by 1280 pixels, and it's 4.6 inches in diagonal. It supports multi-touch up to 10 fingers, which is obviously all the fingers you're going to be able to multi-touch it with. Has shatterproof glass, a triluminous display, and X-Reality engine. It supports micro SD cards up to 128GB, which will increase its already 16GB internal memory, and it has 2GB of RAM. It's compatible with Bluetooth, NFC, USB, and Wi-Fi. Its primary camera has a resolution of 20.7 megapixels, which will shoot video at 2160p at 30fps, 1080p at 60fps, or 720p at 120fps. Its secondary camera, the front-facing camera, has a resolution of 2.2 megapixels and will shoot 1080p video at 30fps. It runs Android 4.4.4 KitKat, but that is planned to upgrade to 5.0 Lollipop soon. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 chipset, a quad-core CPU which runs at 2.5 GHz, and an Adreno 330 GPU. It has an accelerometer, a gyroscope, a proximity sensor, a compass, and a barometer. It supports SMS, MMS, email, IM, and push email. Its browser runs HTML5. It is Chrome, of course. It has a stereo FM radio. It has GPS. It runs Java, and it's available in black, white, green, or orange. Battery life is estimated at 920 hours standby, 14 hours talk time, or 110 hours listening to music. It comes in at about £500, that's about $800 US. It's well worth the money. It's a very nice phone, and I think you're definitely going to get a lot of use out of it. It comes in at about £300 on a contract, on a 2-year contract, but obviously different mobile providers will provide it at different prices. So there we have it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Please, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and comment down below. It'll always help me, and I'll see you again for the next video. Thanks a lot. Goodbye.